Hello and welcome to Model 3 of Cassava Farming. In this model, we will be looking at cassava farming tools and equipment. That is from hand hoe to industrial machinery, equipping your farm for success. The right tool for the right job is first rule of productive farming. The model content we should be looking at is the basic tool like the hoe, cutlass, rakes, and their uses. We will further look at intermediate equipment like planters, sprayer, irrigation tools. We'll also look at advanced machinery like tractors, harvesters, and processing machine. We'll further look at their maintenance and self-handling of farm tools. We'll further look at mechanization versus manual farming, as well as the advantages and limitations before we draw our conclusion. By way of introduction, why tools and equipment matters. The objective is that understand the full spectrum of cassava farming equipment from basic hand tool to advanced industrial machine. The reality is that agricultural mechanization and tool optimization are the primary drives of commercial scale. Relying exclusively on muscle power limit farm size and expose investors to high labor costs. Conversely, Conversely, over-investing in heavy machinery without an operational plan can drain capital. What this model covers is it covers basic tool, intermediate equipment, advanced machinery, maintenance, mechanization versus manual farming. By the end of this model, you will understand how to select, use, maintain, and safely handle equipment for efficient and profitable cassava farming. Now let us look at the basic tool, the foundation of traditional farming. That is, hand tools remain mandatory for maintenance, precision tasks, and small-scale operation, even on mechanized commercial field. Now the basic tool is the hoe. A hoe is a flat metal blade attached to a long handle. The primary uses include manual ridging, that is digging loose soil into ridges. So a hoe is used in making of ridges. It's also used in weeding, that is scraping soil to remove weeds. Manual harvesting, that is breaking soil around mature roots and mixing fertilizer into the soil. Operational reality: manual hoe ridging takes one laborer roughly 10 to 12 days to reach a single hectare compared to under an hour using a tractor disc ridger. So the reality is that when you use hoe to make ridges, it will take a laborer 10 to 12 days to complete a 1 hectare, which a tractor can do in 1 hour. Now we have another basic tool, which is the cutlass, otherwise known as machete. A cutlass is a sharp-bladed tool with a long stirred blade. Primary uses include underbrushing, that is clearing thick weed before land preparation; stake preparation, that is slicing cassava stem into 20 to 25 cm planting stem; and pruning, which is trimming diseased branches. Then the safety note here is that always maintain a sharp thin edge for slicing stem. A dull blade crack the stem, leading to poor bud development. So as you can see, hoe and machete are basic tool. Now let us look at another basic tool, which is the rake. A rake is a long handle with a horizontal bar uh, fitted with evenly spaced metal teeth. The primary uses include field clearing, that is gathering twigs, cut weeds and stone; soil leveling, which is smoothing fresh ridge before planting; and debris management, which is peeling organic debris to rot into natural moss. Why basic tools still matters? One, affordable for small-scale farmers starting out. It requires no advanced technical skill. It is easy to manage on small plot of land. It creates employment opportunity for rural laborers. Operational tip for commercial farmers: even on a fully mechanized farm, keep a stock of basic tools, hand tool, in the field shed. They are essential for clearing corners, precision maintenance, and tasks that is heavy machinery cannot reach. The key insight here is that the hoe Cutlass and rake form the baseline, two kick for every cassava farmer, regardless of the size. Now let us look at intermediate equipment, like that is bridging the gap. The intermediate equipment bridges the gap between manual labor and heavy machinery. These two drastically reduce manual labor overhead, streamline crop protection, and enable year-round cultivation. Number one intermediate equipment is planter. It is a farm machine that assists in planting cassava stem, cutting uniformly. The benefits include uniform spacing, improving yield, proper planting depth, which reducing plant time and improve efficiency on medium to large farm. Then the commercial advantage is that manual planting takes approximately 50 to 60 labor per day on a particular hectare. Then a mechanized planter can completely do the same task under 3 hours. Then another intermediate equipment is sprayer. A sprayer is a device used to apply herbicide, pesticide, and foliar fertilizer. Uses include controlling weed with herbicide, spraying pesticides to control pests, and applying foliar fertilizer for plant growth and preventing crop diseases. Safety note: farmer must wear protective clothing such as glove, boot, goggles and mask when using sprayer to avoid chemical exposure and inhalation, as you can see on the screen. Now another important thing we need to look at is irrigation tool, that which is water management for year-round farming. Irrigation tools supply water to crop in a controlled manner, especially during dry period. They enable year-round cassava cultivation regardless of seasonal rainfall pattern. Then we have different types of irrigation tool. One, we have dripping irrigation system. Here, water delivered directly into plant root, most water efficient. Then we have sprinkler system. Here, overhead water distribution, and it is good for large areas. Then we have water pump, which is essential for moving water from source to field. Then we have watering can, suitable for small scale and nursery operation. Why irrigation matters for cassava? It provides water during dry season when rainfall is insufficient. It also supports early crop establishment for strong sprouting. It improves yield in low rainfall areas, and it further reduces drought stress during critical growth stage. The key insight: cassava is drought tolerant, but irrigation during the first 2 to 3 months after planting significantly improves establishment and final yield. Intermediate equipment summary: planters ensure uniform planting and reduce labor. Sprayer enable effective crop protection and nutrition, while irrigation tools provide consistent water supply for optimal use. Now let us further look at advanced machinery, that is the engine of commercial production. Advanced machinery is normally used for commercial production of cassava, which involves transitioning from smallholder farming to commercial production, requiring replacing human muscle with mechanical horsepower. We have number one advanced machinery, which is the tractor. The tractor is the power hub of the mechanized farm. It is a commercial farm requires a heavy-duty utility tractor, typically between 75 horsepower and 90 horsepower, to handle the dense, root-heavy soil commonly in Nigerian agricultural belt. The three essential tractor implements are: one, the disc plough, which is heavy rotating steel disc that cut through thick vegetation, slides underground root, and turn over compact soil layer up to 30 cm deep. This exposes soil pests to the sun and incorporate organic matter. Then we have the disc harrow, used 10 to 14 days after ploughing. It pulverizes large clods of earth into a fine smoothie tile, eliminating newly sprout weed seed. Then we have the disc ridger, which is automatically shapes loose soil into uniform parallel ridges spaced exactly 1 meter apart. Then modern commercial ridges can construct 2 to 4 ridges simultaneously in a single pass. Now let us look at harvester and processing machine, which is another mechanized tool. Harvester eliminating labor bottleneck. Harvesting is traditionally the most labor-intensive operation in cassava farming. A mechanical harvester converts a multi-day manual operation into a rapid mechanical pass. We have the tractor pull root lifter, which is the digger. As the tractor drives down the 1 meter row, curved steel blade slide underneath the soil ridge, lifting the earth and entire cluster of tubers upward. The mechanism shakes off the excess dirt, leaving the intact cassava root resting clean on top of the soil. The prerequisite is that mechanically harvester requires perfectly uniform 1 by 1 spacing and till. So it can only be used when you have spaced your farm 1 meter apart. Then the processing machine adding value on the site because harvested cassava roots spoil within 48 to 72 hours. So large scale farmers must integrate processing machinery on site or maintain tight coordination with processing mill. The key processing equipment: mechanical peddler washer, routing drums with abstractly brushed and water jet. Industrial blaster, high-speed motorized rasper for grinding root into fine mass. Hydraulic, the watering press, heavy-duty frames that squeeze out water and toxic within an hour. Automated flex dryer, uh, pneumatic drying system reducing moisture to under 12% for extended uh, shelf life. Having known that, let us look at maintenance of farm tool, that is protecting your investment. Farm tools and equipment are essential assets. Their efficiency and lifespan depend greatly on how well they are maintained. Why maintenance matter? One, it extends the lifespan of tool and machine. It improves efficiency and performance. It reduces repair and replacement costs. It prevents breakdown during critical farm operation. Then we have 5 types of maintenance practice. One, cleaning. Then we have sharpening. We have oiling and lubrication. We have proper storage. And lastly, we have regular inspection. These are how farm tools are being maintained. Now, let us look at safe handling of farm tools, that is preventing accident. Safe handling refers to the correct and careful use of farm tool to prevent accident and injuries. Essential safety practices include: one, use a protective equipment; two, handle sharp tool carefully; three, proper training is also required. Then do not use damaged tool. Then safe chemical handling, use sprayer carefully, avoid inhaling chemical, always wash your hand after use. Then safety for mechanized farming, only trained operators should use tractors and heavy machineries. Perform pre-operational check before starting, avoid overloading the machine, turn off engine before performing maintenance. Common mistake to avoid: leaving tool in the rain, using blunt or broken tools, careless handling of cutlass and machinery and machines, ignoring maintenance routine, and poor storage practice should be completely avoided. Having known that, let us now look at mechanized versus manual farming, their key differences. Manual farming: all farm operations carry out using human labor and simple tools. So manual farming is any farm activity that involves human labor and simple tools, which rely entirely on human muscle power using hoe, cutlass, and axes. The mechanized farming uses modern machine equipment for land preparation, planting, harvesting, and processing. Integrate tractors, automated planters, lifters, and industrial machinery. Advantage of manual farming is that it requires low startup cost, affordable for small scale farmers, requires no advanced technical skill, it is easy to manage on small plot of land, and it creates employment opportunity for rural labours. Then the limitation, which is the disadvantages: it is very slow and time consuming. It result to low productivity on large farm. It result to high physical labour and fatigue. it is difficult to manage on a large-scale cassava farm. Now let us look at advantages and disadvantages of mechanized farming. The advantages of mechanized farming include it is fast and efficient farm operation, it is suitable for large-scale commercial production, it reduces labor requirements significantly, it also increases productivity and yield per hectare, it ensures uniformity in planting and harvesting. Now, some of the limitations include high cost of machines and ongoing maintenance. It requires technical skills and operational operator training. It is expensively fuel and operational cost. It is not suitable for very small farms, that is under 12 hectare. Then it is involve high risk of breakdown during critical operation. The key difference at glance is capital involvement, which is low for manual but high for mechanical. Labor requirement, which is high for manual but low for mechanical. Then production scale, restricted to 0.5 to 2 hectare for manual, then unlimited for advanced. Then tuber quality, high brushing from hand hoe, uh, clean lifting with machine. The key is that the choice between manual and mechanized farming depend on the farm size, availability of capital, labor supply, and production goal. Now let us look at selecting the right approach for your farm. That is factors to be considered when choosing your farm system. Now, number one factor is the farm size. If you are farming on a less than 2 hectare, manual tool may be sufficient. For 5 hectare or more, mechanization becomes most effective and necessary choice. Then available capital, the availability of capital, manual farming requires little capital, then mechanized farming requires significant investment in machine, fuel, and maintenance. Then labor availability, manual farming requires abundant and affordable labor, mechanized farming requires skilled operator but fewer total workers. Then production goal, for subsistent or local market sales, manual method works. But for industrial supply, contract or export, mechanization is essential for consistent quality and volume. Then the hybrid approach for medium scale farmers use tractor services that is hired for land preparation, that is ploughing, harrowing, and ridging. Then use manual labor for planting, weeding, and maintenance. Invest in processing machinery first. This add value and reduce post-harvest losses. The key insight, you do not need to own every machine. Hiring tractor service or joining a farmers cooperative for shared equipment access is a smart intermediate strategy. In conclusion, to build a successful In conclusion, farm tools and equipment are essential components of successful cassava farming operation. From simple hand tools to advanced machinery, each category plays a significant role in improving efficiency, productivity, and profitability. As agriculture continues to modernize, mechanization becomes becoming increasingly important in cassava production and processing. The proper selection and use of farm tools help farmers save time, reduce labor intensity and improve work efficiency, as well as increase overall productivity. By understanding the functions, maintenance, and application of various cassava farming tools and equipment, learners are better prepared to adopt efficient farming practices and build sustainable, profitable farming enterprise. By applying this knowledge gained in this model, learners will be better prepared to manage cassava farming operation effectively and adopt appropriate technologies for sustainable agricultural development. Thank you and have a nice day.